don't know what I fancy playing. Maybe a tier 7? Well, we could do the Minnesota, I suppose. You can tell I'm so excited by the prospect. I just love playing it so much. It does make quite a good hot water bottle, but I think an actual hot water bottle would be less smelly. It would make less amusing noises, though. Grease Monkey with the raid, thank you very much. Do the shout out command. How was your evening? I'm having to play around a cat at the moment. Meow. I swear there is a cat on my lap and it's not just me making meowing noises to myself. Honestly, you guys, there's definitely a cat on my lap right now. Oh, you were playing World of Tanks. Minnesota. Boo! Boo! That's so bad, Sergeant Sully. Boo! So yeah, how was your evening? I didn't know you did World of Tanks. Ah, Tanks Tuesdays. Okay. It's a regular thing then.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
And a host from Vimius as well. I do like that notification. Because people don't host that much these days. It tends to be just raids, so... There we go. That's Vimius's link as well. Well, you know, I like both. I'm kind of tempted to have them both be sort of interchangeably raid and host notifications. Because they both amuse me. Ooh, Hindi. Well, hopefully I've given enough lead for these slow-ass shells, or have I given too much lead? Doesn't matter because he's used the opportunity to use WAS attacks anyway.
Your business is appreciated.
Right, we'll see what spots me, I guess. Or what shoots back at me. We're going to want to turn in, just turn generally. Not with being the only battleship here. Ooh, that Georgia's a bit closer than I counted on. Right, you know what, we might as well give it a little bit of... Of course, he immediately flies out. Of course.
The ship is on fire.
Such a fun ship to play, you guys. Turrets come around so fast. Already lost 10% of my AA.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
It's just splendid fun. Well, that was actually a half-decent hit, at least. Yeah, it'd be funny trying to get two of these to go past each other. I don't think that would work somehow. I don't know if it's the widest ship, but it certainly looks like it. I have stuck, as you can see, with the reload mod rather than the accuracy mod. Just because, honestly, don't feel like it makes a big enough difference with the accuracy to sacrifice those 5 seconds of reload time. Tom McKeever with another gift sub. You're being very generous this evening, sir. Well, you're always generous, but, you know, don't want to take it for granted. Right, they're not especially pushing. Most of the action seems to actually be happening on the other flank. Oh god, how far would we have sunk as a nation if we named a ship after Boris Johnson? I don't even want to contemplate that. It's not a thing we generally do, name ships after political figures. Nice, decent hit. Admirals, yes. Occasionally generals. But I don't think we've ever named them after political figures, unless the military figures also happened to be political figures, i.e. the Duke of Wellington. WG plus Nerf Sims. Okay. That's a very specific request to have named your account after. Could be irony, could not. Royalty, yeah, we've had... I suppose royalty, technically, political figures. You don't really think of them in those terms these days. Once upon a time, yes. But practically speaking, not since, like, Queen Anne? I think Queen Anne was the last monarch that dismissed a cabinet. We've had monarchs that have wielded plenty of soft power since then, soft political power, one might say, but yeah, in terms of using actual, you know, wielding actual political power. So, you know, you're going back to the 17th century, is what I'm saying. Queen Elizabeth, yeah, that's named after, you know, the first Queen Elizabeth, though, rather than the current Queen Elizabeth. She definitely counts as one of those monarchs that's wielded quite a lot of behind-the-scenes influence. So this I think might be just about the optimal range, is kind of like never getting closer than 15 kilometers to anything. doing donuts and trying to do damage where you can.
Enemy battleship sighted.
I mean, the slow-ass reload and the slow-ass turret traverse doesn't let you down too much. I mean, yeah, it's kind of... That would be one of those things that would trigger a proper constitutional crisis, because the actual powers of the monarch, you know, theoretically there are still some, but so much of it is kind of been taken by prime ministers and parliaments over the years that there's a lot that's now entirely theoretical. Come on, big, slow, chunky ship. How much AA have I got left? 80%. This is actually a comparatively high amount for this stage of the game. I'll have a pop at the Georgia, I guess. Yeah, a couple of overpens. This is a weird game. We've lost... I don't know how we've lost more ships than they have. Like, they've only lost 2 ships. I guess a bunch happened over here, and they're just kind of counter-pushing. It's a very odd match. As slow as this ship is, the turrets can't even keep up with your own manoeuvring. Right, Chambard's finally done. What? I don't know how that was a citadel, but okay. That's the kind of thing I expect. I don't know. I don't know what kind of weird pen gave me that citadel, but I suppose I shouldn't complain about it.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Come on, reload! God, it takes so long. Even cutting it down to 35 seconds. 35 seconds. Like when everyone else you meet is running around generally with sub 30-second reloads. 30 seconds or less, you know, it's even 35 seconds feels painful. I mean, Georgia's kind of like, I don't know, that was just a weird pen. Like, these shells don't have a lot of penetration.
Enemy battleship
As Flammy was repeatedly pointed out, they've got the like Colorado levels of penetration. So it's not like it was some super amazing deck pen or anything like that. Yeah, I don't think you're missing anything, and certainly it's worth saving your money, I think, for these, rather than buying into their somewhat ridiculous slot machine. But what is it? 1,000 doubloons a pop? You need a lot of tokens for the lower levels of, or the, you know, the later levels of the thing they've got going. I like the Gold Eagle camo, but good lord, it's not worth the amount of money they want you to put in. Right, GK's their last battleship. Still got 2 heals. AA at 71%. Could certainly be a hell of a lot worse. Okay. Alright, I think we actually have to focus on the Hindi right now. Can't angle against them both effectively. Come on, got this reload. Unless I get super lucky, I'm probably a bit screwed. Citadel will do it.
The ship is on fire.
Right, I don't have any shots on him. There goes the Yugamo. Got backed into a corner and apparently ran aground. What's going on there then?
Problem solved, sir.
Just kind of desperately scrabbling to not have this be a total, you know, but I don't think that's happening somehow. This is probably the highest damage game I've had in this ship so far. Oh yeah, it's like, depending on his guns, he's can have on his setup, he can have like a 20-odd second reload. Well, I suppose knocking out a turret would have been too much to hope for. He's confident in literally just ignoring me. And if he wants to ram, there's precious little I can do about it. Get the last heal going. Although I don't think that's what he is trying to do. But, you know, he gets to have bigger, faster firing guns, same number of guns, secondaries, the works. Ugh. Sadly enough, that is literally the best game I've had in this ship. But I think that was more let down by the team than anything else.
Business is appreciated.
Their GK actually did some heavy lifting. Some very heavy lifting, it looks like. Certainly the Drake seemed to do alright as well. Might as well give them compliments. Why not? No point being a sore loser. Well, I lived. That's unusual enough for a Minnesota game.